Hey guys, how are we doing? So welcome to another live chat. It's been a wee while since I've done one of these. Obviously, life has been pretty crazy busy lately. Obviously with work, with the family, and also with traveling as well. So it's been good. So it's nice to be doing these again. And today we're gonna have a pretty cool guest. His name is Samir. Met him in Switzerland this year, and he should be on pretty soon. Let's see where he is. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. Thank you for waking up early in the morning where you are, or staying up late. It should be a pretty cool chat, and we can have a little talk about some of the cool things that he's been up to, and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you guys are well. Let's wait for Samir to join us. See who's here. Let's have a look. Nope, not here yet. Hello. What you guys been up to anyway? You guys been busy going to conventions lately? Obviously, like this year, I've done quite a few actually. I've done 4 so far, and I've got one more to go in Queensland in Australia next month. That should be pretty cool. It's gonna be my first time over in Australia. Over in that part of Australia, and I've been up north or Brisbane before. So I'm looking forward to catching up with the guys over there. Right, Samir, where are you, buddy? Where are you? Let's see where he is. He said he's ready, so hopefully he'll be here soon. No, he's not here yet. There he is. Sure, push the right. Let's try that again. Right, Samir, I just invited you, bro. So just join in. There he is. Turn the camera around.
Whoa.
Hello.
Wait, how?
Right.
Okay. Sorry.
There he is, the man himself.
How
are
are you, sir?
I'm
good. I'm good.
Happy you got home in one piece.
Sorry.
I'm happy you got home in one piece.
Oh yeah. That was quite an adventure the last few days.
Anyway,
but I'm happy to.
Yeah, man. So what happened? Did the flight got cancelled, or there's someone?
Let me just switch off my AC. It's making a bit of noise.
Yep. No worries.
Much better. Yeah, so I don't know. Basically, I was supposed to reach there like one day before.
Yeah.
But in the morning, my flight got. We literally boarded the flight.
Yeah.
We were inside there, and after that, they deboarded us, saying that like the plane got damaged. This is the first time I have had that. Like that I'm inside a plane, and then they say that the plane is damaged. So we got deboarded, and then it was like a whole day of trying to reach Vienna. On that day itself, they were giving me a flight for the next day, but like next day I had my flight to India, so I was just running around trying to figure out, because like everyone in that flight had to rebook their flights, right?
Yeah.
So like all the remaining flights of that day were like sold out within like minutes. So yeah, so it was quite an adventure.
Yeah, that is so intense. I was watching your story. I was like, okay, I'm on the plane. I'm still here an hour later. I was like, I can't do that. Just let me off.
And not just that, like, so they gave me like a separate flight. Like in the evening, they gave me a flight which would take me to Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam I would fly to Vienna. And that flight was also 2 hours late. I was like, what is going on today? Like the first flight was canceled. And the second flight, we were sitting inside the flight for like 2 hours. And I was like, no, we cannot be doing this now, because I already canceled my flight for the next day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit scary, but like I managed to come home.
I guess you rather they don't fly the plane when it's damaged than to fly the plane when it's damaged.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it would have been fun. Like if they landed it on water or something, it would have given me like even more interesting Insta stories or something. But
anyway, Anyway, happy that you're safe. Well, for the guys who doesn't know who you are, you want to do a quick introduction of who you are and stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. I'm Samir Tikkamasala. I'm a cosplayer from India, and I've been cosplaying for quite a while now, like 12 years. And I love competing in cosplay competitions, and that's basically how I'm getting all these opportunities now because I've competed in a lot of competitions. So like I'm getting more into judging now.
Yeah.
So I specialize in foam crafting. I love like all kinds of cosplaying. Of course, with every build I'm trying to learn new things. But my specialization, I would say, like the thing that I have worked most in the past few years is EVA foam, because in India we don't really get a lot of materials like Wobla and all has to be imported. So we basically use EVA foam for most of our costume because it's super cheap here.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
guess
pretty much important.
I guess with Warbler, it'd be way too hot to use Warbler already anyway. It would just melt constantly, you know. It'd be terrible.
I mean, everything is hot here. Like no matter what we do, like we're just melting constantly.
So you say you've been competing for quite a few years now. So how many contests have you done or entered? You have had a number?
I once counted, and I think I don't know how many I've competed in, but I've won over, I think, 35 or 40 cosplay competitions in India.
Wow.
So, yeah, like the thing is, basically, like I did get a lot of flack for it too, because like, you know, sometimes people are very prejudiced against cosplay competitions, you know.
Yeah.
And my thing was basically that when I started cosplaying, there was no ecosystem in India for cosplay basically. And so I had no way to sustain this hobby, and it is an expensive hobby, as you know, right? So I mean, if I want to get better, like if I was only doing like casual cosplay or something, that's fine. But like with every cosplay that I made, I wanted to do something better, you know, and like the materials get expensive and expensive.
Yeah.
So one way for me to compensate that cost was cosplay competitions, because we didn't have any opportunities back then. The companies were not hiring us for gigs or for conventions. So I would go to cosplay competitions. If I win that competition, I have a bit of chunk of money which I can then put back into the cosplay. So it was basically like I love competing because it used to help me fuel my like hobby basically. So yeah, that's why I competed a lot when in my initial years.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like competing is so hard. I mean, like I struggle with compete. I've done one competition my whole career. I did one for PAX for Blizzard for their Overwatch competition a few years ago. And
yeah, I mean,
and it was part of a team as well. So the reason why I struggle so much is because I just don't like copying. I like to do my own stuff. You know? So I really struggle to copy. I want to change it constantly. That's my problem. Oh, I can make this so much better. I want to change it. No, I can't change it. It's competition. So it's really hard.
I mean, you hit the jackpot. I mean, like I was telling you there, like we all are competing and doing all of this so that we get attention from, you know, big studios and companies. You have gotten the attention of the biggest company in the world. So
yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Also, like I'm lucky enough to live in New Zealand, and I'm lucky enough to live in Wellington as well. So I definitely like, got lucky there. But as I said, it's such a cool place to be at. You know, like to work with. Anyway, so how do you find Fantasy Basel? So how was that?
It was crazy. The best thing about Fantasy Basel was, of course, that I got a signed copy of your book. Yes. So I was really happy that, you know, I finally got to meet you, and yeah, it was Fantasy Basel was crazy. I mean, I had no idea, because I've always looked at the pictures and whatnot, like on social media, and I always wanted to go there. So just getting the opportunity to not just go there and like judge the cosplay competition also, along with like Maul and like all these Melody and Reaver, like all these stylists, like so many amazing cosplayers. It was like a great honor, and not just that, like I was really happy to meet so many people from so many parts. I don't think so I've been to a single convention where there have been so many guests, you know. I mean,
It's a lot of
we
kids.
were, yeah, there were a lot of guests. Like, I think there were like 15 or 20 people or something, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, even after parties every day, like, it was crazy. I absolutely enjoyed the whole thing. How about you? Like, what was, like, you,
Um,
this is the
this is my third time.
third time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously we went in 2019, sorry, 2018, 19. Obviously during
Mm,
COVID, we couldn't go. So
mm,
this time around, it was kind of nice. It was like being back for the first time again. You had that kind of feeling, you know, you haven't been ages. It was like our first time again, so it's really good. And it's always nice to obviously meet all the friends again, and it was nice to hang out afterwards and have a good chat
you're
about
right.
stuff as well. And what's cool about Switzerland is it's quite central. So we had
Mm-hmm.
friends from France, from Germany, from wherever. So it's really cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, like they were. I think they were like pretty much all cosplayers from every country in Europe, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, it was crazy. I'm so happy that I like. There are so many people over there that I had wanted to like meet for such a long time. Like you, and like even mall cosplay, and so many people. Like literally, I was just running around. And you saw me. Like I was never on my booth, which was like boothing is a new experience for me. Like I have never done booths before. Like even when I was judging at MCM, I told them that I don't need a booth
yeah,
because I don't want to sell prints or anything. So this was the first time that they gave me. They were like, "You have a space, do whatever you want with it."
yeah.
So
Oh, oh, Samir's he's
sorry,
paused.
sorry.
You back?
Oh yeah, I have this notification thing on Instagram that you have been on Instagram for more than 1 hour today. So it's like basically.
Off the edit. Off Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I had my booth and I'm not really used to it. I was trying to be on my booth for as much as I can, but I was just not gonna have it because I wanted to meet everyone, so I was running around all the time. So it was crazy. I was completely fanboying everyone.
See, for me, it's different. I really like. I love being at my booth. I like
Mm,
talking to people as they come through. For me, that's my strength. I think with me, it's like having that one-to-one interaction with people as they come in with their costume, and I
right.
can talk to them one. That's my strength. My strength is not really being in front of a big group of
Yeah.
people and you know. And, but I see it was really it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And I
Mm,
was lucky to have Flo with me too. You know, she's pretty.
yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, like I think I became more comfortable with being at my booth towards like the third day because the thing was like I think for me it was more of a case of FOMO. You know, I wanted to like not miss out on anything. So like if I'm at the booth and I see like oh there's a panel happening or that okay there's like a cosplay competition happening. So I wanted to see or like I went to the other cosplay competition also like apart from the one I judged I went to the other cosplay competition that was also happening. But most of it is because like I have not witnessed all of this before. Like it was like my proper first European convention, like of that scale. Anime Fest was also amazing, but Anime Fest was like a bit like smaller, more personal compared to this one. So
Yeah,
this was like a really huge convention.
yeah,
So I wanted to experience as much as I can. Though for the first 2 days I was like going crazy, and the third day I was like, okay, fine. I've experienced everything now. Now I can be at my booth a bit more, bit
yeah,
more.
yeah,
And
yeah,
of course, like when people come to like talk to you, it's really nice at booth. So and people want to come to your booth because like you had like such cool stuff over there also. You know,
yeah.
uh, yeah. I have my friend also that you and Flo signed the
Oh,
Alotia. I'm gonna show that too.
oh, here we go. He's playing all the swags now.
Yes. Oh yeah. Look at this. Look at this beauty.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, hopefully we go back again next year, and with it being a 10th anniversary of Fancy Basel, so hopefully we go back and make it pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Like I'm gonna. I'm sure you're gonna be there again. You're pretty much like in the Basil family now, right?
I'm like, it's quite funny because we were talking to the organizer, and I realized we've been there 3 times, right, in person, but we've been there
Mm.
2 years in virtual as well. So technically, we've been here for 5 years. Technically,
Oh.
so it's pretty cool.
No, I'm sure. Like, and even I think like what you and Flo bring to the convention is like unlike anyone else brings. You know, like we all are bringing just like our cosplay stuff and whatnot, but you're also bringing, like, apart from the cosplay, you're bringing a lot of industry experience and things that people want to know about. So it's like a really cool thing for like to have in a convention.
I know.
So I'm jealous of the people in Switzerland who get to see you every year.
Oh man, like, it's I just don't riot. If will come, don't riot. Like, yeah, New Zealand's great. I mean, like, we have one big like convention called Armageddon, which they kind of go around, you know, all the main cities. So it's quite cool. So I normally do that. But what's it I find about European cosplays? Like, they take detail. You know, just like, their costumes are super detailed, right? They're like, they will not make the costume until they find that perfect material or perfect stitch. For me, it's like, for me, that's good enough. That's so good.
Yeah, we go by the 5 meter rule, you know, like, okay, if it looks good from this distance, it's fine.
Yeah.
But like these people, they go berserk with their like, especially like competition costumes, because like I have just now like 3 competitions here, like one in MCM, then Anime Fest, and this, and they put so much emphasis on you know, like all the like the details that won't be even seen, you know, and it's just too much. Like, that's why it like every time I'm convinced I don't want to compete anymore.
Well, I'm the same too, you know. Coming from the film industry, if the camera don't see it, it doesn't really matter. You know,
Exactly.
That's how I think. You know, but then like you go to these contests and they're like lifting up the gown, lifting up the armor, make sure underneath is all perfect. I'm like, what are you doing? It doesn't really matter.
I mean, we actually were watching it, like all the behind the scenes from the new Flash movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I was like looking at all the Batman costumes and how they were shooting, and I'm like, they use Velcro. You know, they use Velcro. No one is using magnets. So we were like looking at.
There's no joke.
Like,
they're not joke. There's the Velcro and duct tape and cable ties that will keep the film industry together, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So I was looking at that and I was feeling good. Okay, it's not like that, you know, they're not using rocket science. They're doing things like similar to us. Only they have access to better materials, and of course. So I mean, yeah, like the cosplays, they get it harder than the people in the industry. I don't know in the cosplays.
I mean, like the big difference we have in the film industry, we have more resources. You know, we have people. We have materials, and we have all the machines, all the knowledge here. We're cosplayers. Sometimes you're like a one person, you know, company.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be the designer, the maker, the marketer, the social media.
And not just like, like you said that, you know, like in the industry, like one costume would be made by, say, like 6 people, 7 people, you know, and like the same costume. When same costume, when a person is making, a cosplayer is making it, like he's doing everything, like they're doing everything from planning to stitching to casting and whatnot. So that's crazy. It's getting crazier.
Yeah. That's what I'm like, when they come to my booth and they're like getting all like excited. I'm like, why are you guys, you know, all excited to see me? I'm looking, your costume is way better than mine. You know, don't geek out for me. I'm geeking for you. Hey, stop it.
No. Like you guys can do it. You don't do it like it's a different thing, but you guys can like make like crazier shit. I've seen all those workshop videos from Adam Savage.
Hopefully he'll come back this year or next year. He has to be back for a few years now.
Sorry?
I hope Adam do make it back. Yeah, he's been back for a few years now, so it'd be nice to see him again. Anyway,
that would be good.
So where else do you travel apart from Switzerland? Where else do you go?
I went to 7 countries in total on this trip. But like I didn't I don't do like an extensive trip. Like when I was in UK, I did like a very extensive trip. I was like went to almost all the places that I want to, but this time I was like just doing, you know, like stamping things on my passport basically, kind of. but like I was lucky that I got like events in almost everywhere that where I went except Netherlands. So there was I first came to Czech Republic because there was Anime Fest that was happening in Brno. So that was really cool. Then I came to Fantasy Basel. After that, there was like an esports event in Austria, A1 esports something, and that was also really fun. I got to meet like a lot of cosplayers from Austria. After that, I went to Netherlands because I wanted to meet like a bunch of people and go to Efteling. If you ever get a chance to go to Netherlands, please go to Efteling. It's like one of the coolest places. It's like a really spooky fairy tale kind of an amusement. It's like a twisted Disneyland, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not big into horror, so I'll be alright. Thanks.
No, it's not horror, but it's like classic fairy tales. Like, like how Disney fairy tales are a bit doctored to be like, more child friendly and whatnot, right? So this is like, like the old Grimm's brothers stories, like with like twisted things.
I got you.
So it was still like really child friendly. It was not like scary or anything, but it was really creepy and fun.
Okay.
So yeah, I went there, Efteling and Netherlands, and after that I went to Germany. Like only went to Cologne, and then I went to Paris and also Belgium. So in Belgium there was Cosplay Shop B. Yeah, so Cosplay Shop basically they started their own reality show on cosplay, yeah, kind of like Master Chef of cosplay, like the contestants.
That sounds
Oh yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So they did like they gave one day to the contestant to make shit. This is doing it again and again. I'm sorry. Okay, I need to shut it down. So yeah, so let me be addicted to Instagram,
Yeah.
So yeah, so they were doing this. They were doing this reality show where they gave the contestants like one day to make a prop, and they gave them what the prop would be like one day before, so like they can like do the designing and whatnot, and then one day to build it. So and I was judging that competition. That was really fun. So like all the people, like we were three judges, and uh, like one was Steve, who was like the owner of Cosplay Shop, and other one was Nobeltop. Like she's a Belgian cosplayer. So they were both like they both knew the contestants, so like they were really nice to them, because like their whole community.
One.
Yeah, so I was the Simon Cowell. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I was like, hey, we need more spice in this reality show. This is a very nice like reality show. No, we need more spice in this. So I was like, sometimes trash talking or like being mean, but like not really, like just like a little bit to make it more fun.
That's cool.
So that was really cool, and I had like a great experience doing that show. And then I went to Paris for the Blizzard game, the Diablo event that was happening, and
Amazing, man. That looked awesome.
oh yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I'm really happy that I got to do it, and I got to do it with Cinderus, like who is an amazing cosplayer. Absolutely loved her Lilith, and so yeah, it was really cool. It was like really fun. I met some French actors and all, but like I had like a mask on my face, so I was not even able to realize that I met them. People told me later on, like someone got like, "Hey, can we get a picture with you?" I got a picture with them, and then they were like, "Hey, this wasn't like love actor." And I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me before?" I was not able to see properly. But like it was a really fun event.
That's cool.
I also, yeah.
Sound like you did heat, which is really good. You did a lot.
Sorry?
You did a lot in the.
Oh,
Good.
I definitely got to do a lot. Like like I didn't expect that much. Like when Anime Fest invited me, I was like, I'll probably message like a few events, like like see if someone is interested in getting me, like because I'm already over there, so it's like cheaper for them to get me as a guest. So like I was only like mostly I was only looking at Fantasy Basel, but like all the other things, they just like. People saw that I was in Europe and they were like, "Hey, would you like to do this? Hey, would you like to do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Tell me. I want to meet everyone."
Of course.
Yeah, I want to meet everyone.
But that contest sounds real cool, eh? That 1 day contest. Next time, sign me up. I'll come with it. I'll come
Yeah.
onto that hill.
Of course, like that would be really cool. I mean, like maybe you can try to do something like that in the upside down world. You know, you have
Down under. I mean, like we do like a international flavor. You know, have one country. Or you have 1 day bill. You must do a time lapse of 1 day bill, and I mean, pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, it would be like I want to do it. I know that like COS Expo, the convention that happens in England. COS Expo also did something like that recently, and like Miss Twain and like Matt Spy were competing in that, you know. So yeah, I think like that is something like more conventions should do, because it sounds like a really cool and fun concept, you know.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, like, and people can see the work happening as well. They can see the design process of the craftsman. You can see them like, you know, crafting and making, and you see the finished product too. So for me, it really adds to the convention, seeing the process that a maker goes through if they're making stuff. I think that's ideal for convention to, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I think most of the people, like the new cosplayers, the difference between, like I would say, like anyone can be really skilled. Like now, I keep telling everyone, like, that, you know, like foam crafting is literally the easiest thing ever. It's not something like very difficult. It's like extremely easy. It's just like takes a bit, like a lot of labor, you know. But like I think the difference that comes between an experienced cosplayer and a new cosplayer is basically an experienced cosplayer, when he sees a problem, they have like a lot of thought on how to solve it because they have gone through all of this before. So I think it would be really cool for people to see if like you given 1 day to you know, make a prop, you think on your feet, you know, like you would go with your instincts, like what would be the first approach to do if you look at a cosplay prop. So that I think would be like really good learning experience for anyone who's watching.
Well, especially like if you have the certain material, you know, and this is going to be done in a day. I can't use this material because it takes too long to dry or take too long to go off. So you're kind of thinking on your feet, which kind of take it back to the old school, you know, cosplay. You know, there's no 3D printing, there's no CNC, no laser cutting. It's all done by hand. You have to on your feet. You have to make do what you have, which is a lot more fun.
And yeah, people were not, I don't know, like people were not like taking months and years to make a costume. They were like, hey, there's a convention on the weekend. Let's make something for the weekend, you know, like just like something in like 4-5 days or something. Yeah. So
that's why I would have gone back to the whole cardboard making thing, because like I think people just became too fixated on being perfect. You know, obviously technology has come a long way, especially in the last 5 years. It's come a long way, and I think like especially like people who are new or kids who are really new to the world of crafting, they see us experienced cosplayers using the technology to 3D print stuff, 3D model stuff, and they're missing out on the fundamental of making, which for me is right back to cardboard, making stuff with your hands first before you start doing stuff digitally. Yeah, I think that for me is really important for people who want to make stuff in the digital world, make it by hand first.
Yeah. I mean, that's something I think like even I have struggled with recently, you know, because like the more you compete in cosplay or like the more you work, you know, there's so much emphasis on being like extremely accurate, you know, dimension accuracy. So like my mind has more and more become to the part where like whatever I make, like even if I make like a small pyramid, if I have to make a pyramid, I would quickly go to Blender, like make a small pyramid and then make it like a paper template, you know. So I would like instantly, my mind would like switch to, okay, like that would not be like, I would not think of problem solving that on paper at all. Like my mind will like instantly jump to 3D, and like it becomes problematic sometimes, you know, when you, I think like if you don't have access to that, or like there were like some props which I was like, if I just do it on paper, it would be so much faster. But like my mind instantly jumps to the 3D model. So and like I get anxious if I'm like not like pre-planning it or everything like on the computer. Like I have done like stuff like where okay, I won't do it on PC. I will do it like completely like you said, like with cardboard or like doing something by or like very traditional method. But like I would get really anxious while working on it. Like oh, I hope I don't fuck up, that kind of a thing. So yeah, I like that's something really good. Like I think I also need to practice more, like going back to traditional. And I really enjoy like the way you do your patterning because I always see like all your stories, how like how you do your designing, and then you use like you basically do a very traditional way of doing all your patterns, like which is really cool. And I really really appreciate and respect that.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess for me, I'm trying to promote crafting at home, and I definitely understand that most people don't have, as I said, machines at home to use, or even like even Warbler or foam. When you're first starting out, as I said, like cardboard is so easy to get. It's free in most places. All it needs is cardboard and masking tape and a little imagination. And
Right.
I remember being 9, and when I came to New Zealand, and I went to a primary school, and one day it was St. Patrick's Day, and we got told to come to school the next day wearing something green, right?
Mm.
And for me, what's green in my head was the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It came to my head the first time. So that night I went home. I went to I got some cardboard, I got some masking tape, I got some green rubbish bag, and then made myself pretty much the green Power Ranger to wear to school next day. That's
Oh, that's
that's my
cool.
first memory of making stuff by hand, and to this day I'm like over 40 now. That's still stuck in my mind, and that's something I want the kids of this generation to have that kind of feeling as well, of the feeling of satisfaction of making things with your hands.
I would love to see that picture if you have like a picture of that.
It was so they probably not even a picture taken. It was
Yeah.
I have the vague memory of it, of me trying to tape the rubbish bags around cardboard, and because
Yeah.
it's quite slippery, it keep on slipping all the time. But
Yeah.
I think it looked cool. It looked cool enough
Yeah.
to wear as a 9-year-old.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Like the first thing when if someone says you like wear something green, and the first thing that comes to your mind is like a Power Ranger. Like I would think, okay, like like leaf or like a frog or something. I don't know.
Which is quite funny when I finally got to work on the new Power Ranger at work. I remember that day when I came to work after to America to Dragon Con. I came back to Meta, and I got told to go to costume department, and there on my desk was the Red Ranger. And for me,
Yeah.
as a 9-year-old running around primary school pretending to be the Red Ranger, I was like, oh, inside I was like, oh no, I'm gonna screw this up. On the outside I was trying to act all nice and cool and calm. I've got this, don't worry, I've got this. But inside I was like, oh my god, if I screw this up, I'll ruin my life.
No, that's so cool. Like you got to like work on the costumes for Power Rangers, right? That's I love the movie. Honestly, I love the movie. I hope like are they making a sequel to it?
I don't think so. I mean, there was some hate for the show, but it wasn't perfect. But I really enjoyed the way that they kind of like race actual physical costume. Not like when you watch the show, you see the part where he's running towards his dad, when he's reaching for his dad. That's the guy in the suit, but you learn to accept it. Where with these days now, some movies go too extreme with the whole like the 3D modeling and 3D suit, and it doesn't look quite real as the real suit would look. I love
yeah. I always appreciate like when movies have like real costumes and on, it's like an added layer of challenge, but it also gives like that added layer of realism. Like you can always tell when a costume is CG and like when it's a real costume.
Yeah. I see a little bit of both. When Iron Man first came out, the first one, there were elements of the real costume. Then they have that CGI, because there is no way you can make the arm fold real
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
So it's nice to have it both. I think it's never one way or another. I think that
right.
both can work together
Mm-hmm.
really well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
once people start to realize that, it's going to be awesome.
Mm. Yeah, that's cool. So, how you were in Switzerland for like a few more days, right? What all did you do?
Yeah, so I was I went to Zurich for another 3 days, I think. So after we spent a day with you and with the
Yeah,
guys, yeah, we like that exhibition was so cool. The one that the Polygon was at, and we like that gave me one.
yeah,
Actually came
yeah.
home. Actually, I downloaded that game when she
Oh
made
yeah,
it.
I saw your story. Like that. How was the game?
It was so cool. Um,
Yeah.
also, we spent a day with you. The next day, we went with Melody and Lance for a day
Mm,
as well. And then
mm,
just been with 2 days with Martin as well. In
mm.
Basel. So we normally before we leave, we like to spend some time with him to kind of like, just say thank you for inviting us over. So we spend a day just traveling around, having lunch and just talk. It was
Yeah.
really good.
And that's super awesome. I mean, and I'm so happy that we got to spend that day because like at the convention it was like really hectic and like you were busy with your booth and I was running around. So I was happy that we got that extra day in Zurich and we got to see such cool places. And I'm really glad that Martina took us to like her like the museum in her
Yeah,
college. Like that was like really fun
it was
event,
fun.
like a really fun museum exhibition. So.
Uh,
Yeah,
I,
I'm sorry.
you go.
No, like I took like so many pictures. I'm gonna like try and find if like we have something like that. If we can make something here because I really like that paddle game. That paddle game was really cool.
Oh,
And
and I hurt myself. I pull my hammy playing the game.
yeah, yeah. So it was super nice.
Yeah, man. We're like the people there are so friendly. Yeah, we're like everyone at the convention were super respectful and they were just happy that we were there, and they was always always nice to us, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean people in Europe, I think like cosplays in Europe are like just. I think cosplays in general, like everywhere, amazing. I mean, for me, like the biggest reason I still cosplay, I love crafting. Like I actually enjoy crafting more than wearing the costume. Like I love the process of like designing things. Like for me, I usually like before I would say like before COVID, I would like work on a costume for like months and then just wear it to one convention, not take any pictures, and then just on to the next one. Just like win some competition. Like the purpose of a costume was to be made, win a competition, and then get aside, like next one, So like it was uh, like the reason I still wear cosplay and go to conventions is basically because of the people, like because the people are so nice and it's so cool that I can just like meet someone from like halfway across the world and like just start talking without any lag. I
Yeah,
can just approach them and yeah, I can just approach them and be like, hey, I like this, you like this, yeah, cool, let's start talking. It's such a fun thing. Yeah, I love cosplay. I love cosplay. Yeah.
it, it's quite crazy how like and social media has made the world so much smaller and make us realize that we all pretty much the same. Really, we all think the same way. We all have the same kind of enjoyment of being together, and especially with the whole cosplay community. Everyone is so encouraging, which is really good.
Right. Yeah. It's the best thing.
So, well, you done
So
the convention now. Is there one that you would love to go to? Like there's convention seen online, you're like, oh, I want to go to that one. Is there one that popping?
I am going to one. Like I think I haven't really like talked about it yet because I just decided. I think like 2 days back because I was like so sad when I came back. I was like, I need to find a convention to go to, and I was like super sad. So I was looking at like so some people when I was in Austria, like they were telling me that they are going to Dragon Con, and they were
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, no.
So they were telling me that they're going to Dragon Con. Like, yeah, like Jojo is here, like from BB Prop, Brazen and Bold. Like, so they were telling me that they're planning to go to Dragon Con, and I was like, maybe, I'll think about it when I go back. And as soon as I was back, I was like, my life is empty. I need to fill this void. So I was like, okay, fine. I just tried to like do some financial checkings if I can still afford it, like because Europe trip was like really, really expensive for me. Anything is expensive for me. We're from the third world country. So yeah, so I was like, okay, Blizzard is giving me some money for the gig that I did with them. Okay, I can use that money and then pick it up and like put it in the other convention. So I am 90% right now. Like I still have to book flights and everything, but 90% I'm going to BlizzCon, and that was like one of the biggest convention that I always wanted to go because everyone tells me like it's just crazy. And yeah, so
it's I mean, like that was one of my first trip to America as well. So when I first started doing like prop making and cosplaying, I used to do commissions, and most of my clients were from the US. So I thought, cool. What's the best way to go over there? You have to go to where the people are. So I went to PAX in Seattle, and I was lucky enough that year PAX and Dragon Con the weekend after. So we went to Dragon Con. Wow. And Dragon Con, oh my God, my mind was blown. It's like this is like probably like close to 8 years ago. So it would be totally different now, probably more.
That's a long time back.
Yeah, I just remember like going there. You get told about how crazy it is, but not until you see it firsthand, you realize, holy, insane. It's super enjoyable, but be prepared to party your butt off for 4 days. Yeah, and you think the Fancy Bastard was bad, but man, after 6 o'clock, party time.
Yeah, like people have been like scaring me a lot, like, and I've been bombarded with so much information. Like I talked to Brittany, like Inusa Costuming, yesterday, and I was like, hey, I'm coming to Dragon Con, like would you like would you recommend something, like what all should I do? And like she was like, hey, so there's this, like people do this, people do that, there's like bunny huts, there's this blah blah blah, and like so she basically
bunny. You have to do a bunny. I'm gonna put you have to do a bunny.
Yeah, she was like, there's like wrestling that happens over there, like there's like some fight night thingy, and then like people have these like sticker thingies that they gave to other people, and that like they could like stack in between below their badges, and like so many things. I'm like, what is going on here? Like it's like its own universe. Like there's like Sandbag where you can do whatever you want, kind of a thing. So I'm really excited. Like this was like the top of my list. I was actually planning to go next year. I was like saving up to go to next year, but then I was like, I just keep pushing it like back every year because I wanted to go there like since 2019 or 2017 or something, because in 2017 everyone told me that you should go to Dragon Con, but like then 2019 and then COVID and blah blah blah, so like it like kept getting pushed. So this year was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go this year. So yeah, I'm really excited to go there, like finally.
Well, like the only advice for me, is probably the most important advice I'm going to give you is like wear a costume that's comfortable, that's not too hot. I went there taking my dwarf with me, and it's massive, huge. And our hotel we stayed at was like half an hour away from the actual convention itself, and I was so wide I could not be there, so I had to walk up and down from my hotel to the convention.
Oh my God!
It's quite hot. So I recommend take something comfortable, something that's 4-inch. You want overheat, otherwise you'll hate the convention.
Yeah. Oh no, like that's what everyone has told me, that because like not just that, it is like the hot time in US, right? Yeah. Like August is like the summertime, and not only that, but like there's so many people over there that the convention like gets really really hot. So I'm gonna have to think of something, because all I know is armors. so I'll have to think of like a costume.
Just to make all over the body up. with helmet and shirt.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I can.
Tell us now. Let's go, Jack. Maybe when
So
Rose I'll come along for another adventure.
sorry, like the voice broke for a second.
Yeah, maybe when Rose is a bit older, I'll come over for another adventure
Yeah.
to DragonCon.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like it would be really cool if you come this year, but I know like it's like really close now.
It's big fun. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's too young. Like I feel bad enough leaving for 10 days to
Yeah.
Switzerland.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like you have bigger responsibilities now, so I'm sure like it's gonna be you have more responsibilities now, so I'm sure like it's gonna be a while before you can like go to like a convention like that for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. Anyway, we talk about cosplay. So, do you have any dream costume that you love to make?
Oh yeah. I think like I talked about it like in my like I did like questionnaires or whatnot on my story. So like I have like two really dream costumes that I wanted to do, and one of them is like a Medusa.
Yeah.
You know, like not maybe like not specifically Medusa, but like Gorgons. Like I love the Gorgon design and aesthetic and everything, and like but I do really love like Medusa story. So I would love to do like a gender bend version of Medusa someday because I want to do prosthetic. Like there's so many things in that costume that I'll have to figure out. That it's like a really huge challenge for me. Like maybe have like moving snakes or on the head, and then you know like the prosthetics, and then the whole scaly body. I think like making the scales would be really fun too. So yeah, like that's like one of the costumes which I think will basically have everything. Like I'll get to make like a bow because usually she has arrows or something in most of the arts. So yeah, so like it's like a costume which has like all the kinds of challenges that I want to do and doesn't have wig. I hate wigs, so that's why. So it's like the perfect complicated costume without a mask and without a wig. So yeah, the best thing of every or best of every world. And another one is I really love although it's a bit I don't know how what if it's a wise choice to do it because like in India people can get really sentimental about like mythological characters, but I really want to do like a cosplay of Hanuman, if you know them. Like yeah, so like he's one of the god from like the Ramayana. So and I absolutely love him. So I was like, okay, I wanna like these two are like the characters, like one from Greek mythology and one from Indian mythology. So these two are like my dream cosplays.
Obviously,
how about you?
Obviously, my logo is based off Hanuman. That's the Thai Hanuman. That's my logo. So
Sorry.
So my spicy Thai logo. I can't find one, but it's based on the Hanuman character, which is a Thai Hanuman character.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah, actually, my two of my costume is based off Hanuman. Really, Destiny Titan a few years ago. That's based off his character, and yeah, I mean, like he's my favorite character too. Maybe one day we'll cosplay together. You do your Indian version, I'll do my Thai version. I'll be pretty.
Yeah, that would be super cool, and we'll find a Chinese guy to do like a Monkey King.
the three monkey teeth.
Yeah, that would be super fun. Yeah, so I didn't know that. That's really cool. So yeah, of course, I forgot that like Thailand has like their own version of Ramayana and everything because I went to Thailand recently and like saw all of those things. So that's super awesome.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I like the character. I like how he's mischievous. But I like how he's
right.
quite heroic as well. So for me, it's his character. I think it kind of plays my personality quite well. You know, that's why I do a lot. He's cheeky, but again, he's good, and he'll get a job done. But when he's normally speak cheeky, funny.
Definitely, that's the thing that I really appreciate. Also, like I would like want to be more like him. You know, like he knows his responsibilities, but he has his fun. But he's super strong. So all the things like I would want to do and want to have. Yeah. What's your dream cosplay?
If I have like unlimited resources,
of course, like that's what dream cosplays are for.
want to do something big. I want to do something small, right? I mean, like a Gundam would be in mind, or Transformers would be quite cool. Do like a big lights,
like
with the moving parts. To me, would be pretty cool. I mean,
like if like
my favorite
like a real life Gundam or Transformers.
not quite that big. But I mean, like still human size, but I was maybe a bit bigger. But it'll be super cool to do something big finally, because it was it's always having able to travel with it. Mine, so it's never big because I had to fit into a suitcase. But we nice to do that's totally massive and just like have it out just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
One day.
I mean, like I've always wanted to do like a Optimus Prime. Like he's like definitely one of my like in my to-do list also, because I think every kid at one point either wants to like be Iron Man or Batman or like Transformers. You know, all the childhood heroes, right? So yeah, Optimus Prime has like been in my list since forever. But like you said, like it's a very impractical costume to make. You know, because like although I know that I can make it, it's not a big deal, but then I would not be able to take it anywhere without like spending a fortune. And it's just storing it, like it would like take up half my workshop to just store that costume, you know. So so yeah, that's what stops me from like making a Transformer. But like I also really want to make it someday.
I mean, like say there was one episode where the Transformers, they got their brain transferred to a human body, so we do like still. We'll see. But like, there's one thing I want to try and do for next year anyway, is to have a comfortable costume that's not armor. It doesn't take out half my suitcase. The travel. Yeah. So my ideal to find something that can fit into a suitcase that I can take away without having to weight and size all the time.
Yeah, I don't know how big like if you are like a fan of the game, but do you know BioShock? Have you played it?
I have played BioShock. I don't understand it.
Yeah, like it's an amazing, and like it was like so I don't know if I told. Sorry. I have like a younger sister who's like 16 years younger to me. So when she was like the right age, I wanted to make her like little sister and like do like a cosplay of a big sister or like the big brother in the game. And yeah, and like just like carry her around when I'm like big daddy or like big sister, and like, you know, just like have it on my back or something. So that's something I would recommend to you like 5 years down the line maybe. You can think of.
Obviously, we have ideas for Rose already. You know, like she for the time. So what's for Rose for next convention? I'm like, she's not quite old enough to understand what's going on, and knowing Rose with her personality, she would just start ripping pieces off.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to spend too much cool armor for her, and then like have to so
yeah.
So in October we're going to go to the convention together, Rose and I, and so we'll plan to do something comfortable. We'll do Monsters Inc. But
oh yes, that would be perfect. That would be perfect.
Wear like a purple hoodie with dots on it. Angela can wear a green T-shirt with big fire in it, and Rose can just dress up as Boo. That's comfortable. Yeah. That's something I'm like thinking about right now.
How about a Chinese Grogu with a Chinese Mandalorian?
They can put it in. I was going to control it to Grogu. Doing it. I was so close to doing that. So, but
yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun.
Yeah, we like when I found out I was a little girl. One costume became was aliens. You know how Ripley had also with the massive big yellow neck, a chunky yellow idea. That's my head, but once again, just time. When you have a baby, you don't have much time to do stuff. Unfortunately, lucky enough to make that.
But I mean, but like you can always keep these things in mind. You never know. You get the opportunity in like some years down the line, so that would be fun because like that's something that I'm really excited about. Like if one day I have kids, like whenever I have them, I would make them cosplay a lot. I'm gonna milk it to the max.
Obviously, one thing that I'll difficult to make for her is a small version of the idea of my Thai armor. So I think
Oh
it'll be
yes.
nice to have her on another one, I one, and we can wear it together. It'll be
Hmm.
really cool. Obviously, she's part Chinese as well, so obviously from Mulan, so obviously she's Mulan as well. That'd be quite cool. Eventually, she's
Oh, that
older,
would be fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's quite
Oh,
off kid too. So I think she actually quite similar personality to Mulan too. So she's going to
oh.
be
So you already know that she's gonna be a rebel.
yeah. She should be more. She will be. She's super rough.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Like, it was so nice to finally see you in person after like following you for a few years now, and it was crazy where you announced you're going to go. Oh shit, he's gonna be there too. It's like yes, finally. Like cool.
I mean, I mean, like to be honest, like I told you over there, like it was like a huge fan moment for me. To be honest, like I remember when I started cosplaying, like I started cosplaying like in 2011.
Yeah.
But at that time, like I was just taking it as a hobby. Like I never thought of doing cosplay seriously till I think 2017.
Yeah.
So I was like doing like it for just a hobby for like 5 or 6 years, and then I think like it was around the time like I saw your work, and I knew that you were working in like working with Vita, and then so and also like there was a cosplayer in US called, I don't know, do you know Ricky Likote, like Riddle's wardrobe or something? She also does, yeah, so she also does like costumes for Marvel.
Yeah.
So and I had been following her like before she was like a cosplayer, like before she was like making costumes for companies, like she was just a cosplayer. So like when I saw both of you guys, you know, kind of I don't know, like if you transitioned from cosplay to industry, or like you were in industry before you started cosplaying.
So the backstory is I always loved Wizard of Work, and Lord of the Rings was the big reason why.
Mm.
And I thought I was going to apply to Wizard as a concept artist because I love drawing. I wanted to join the design team and draw with the costume.
Mm.
And like as I was doing my portfolio, I was talking to a friend of mine who works at Wizard Workshop, and he was looking through my portfolio. He said, "Look, your drawings are really good, but you're quite right. This piece, the chess piece is too big or too wide. You can't." Then I thought, okay, cool. Then I'll make a costume. Then if I make, then my drawings will be better. That was my idea. That's when I made that. This was that idea. The Thai button, just for fun. I wore it to the convention up in Auckland. Met some guys who work shop, and yeah, I took a full day off work, and it's been almost 9 years simply back since. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so cosplay really, it gave me the opportunity to work better, pretty much.
Okay. So basically, like you were on, like you were joining Vita, and then you started cosplaying in a way, right?
Yeah. So I had one costume. Maybe one big costume that I've done before I started with it. As I started with it, I was there in the paint department. I was just doing painting and masking and stuff. And then like it wasn't until I started talking to someone in the department that really kickstart my costume making, where finally transitioned to. I own a lot to cosplay. Cosplay is put like me constantly. I just got lucky. Hobby and my job is the same thing. You know, I'm pretty lucky.
That's the best thing ever. And Flo was telling me that you are the one who's basically responsible for trying to like take Vita to conventions and all, you know, and like she was saying that like it was your idea to do all these conventions, like she joins you for them. Yeah.
Backstory is obviously I've been talking to my friend Stephanie, who you might have met in Switzerland, and we got more in was making a Last Samurai costume, which was Nico was Last Samurai costume, and the person next to me, Darren, he worked original Last Samurai costume. So I was going to make a Darren and Nico, hey, this is how you make that costume. And Nico and I got closer and become friends. He's like, oh, we ever went to Switzerland one day to a convention? Oh yeah, man, I'll save up, give me a couple of years, and I'll come over. He said, no, you want to come over? Yes, give me 2 more years, I'll save up, then I'll come. So give me a couple of days, I'll get back to you. What? And then he invited me to Switzerland. Now I can't go by myself. You know, it's a long way to travel. I want to go along with me. As I was thinking, Flo will pass. Okay, Flo, what are you doing in May? Nothing. I'm just so that's how it was. So for me, like going to a convention is really cool as someone to work in industry because you see how much love people have for what we do, and that really it energizes my fuel to keep on going. Because it shows that what we're doing is better to people, and people do enjoy what we do, and especially being in part of the community as well. Like for example, we worked on the Panther on Namor armor, and for me, like I've seen so many people make that costume now. See how much they love that costume. It just shows that we did the right thing. We made something cool, and people are willing to spend their money, spend their time, and costume that we made. So for me, that's the most rewarding part of working at Weta is to go to conventions. You guys making the costume that we made or I made is such a cool little moment.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can imagine. Like, I think, like you said, I really appreciate like how like this is something that doesn't happen too often in India with us. You know, like it's changing now. It's changing now. Like, but for the first few years, like when we used to cosplay at conventions. Most of the people, I won't say like everyone, the people who were interested in arts and all, they were always appreciated our work. But like the general populace, you know, they would look at us like as mascots, you know. So like that we are there for the that we are there in the convention for the purpose of their entertainment, you know. So like they would like treat us in that way, which was like really saddening in the first few years. So and like even I think even most of my friends like mocked me for like trying to cosplay. They were like, why do you want to do this, bro? Like do your thing, like, but they're so weird. Like I was always lucky that like even though I'm in India and like I have like a really orthodox kind of a family, but like they were always supportive of my like art endeavors. So they were like happy to see that okay, like you want to do this, like yeah, go ahead, don't worry about it. So but like the people around me, they were like very weird in the starting. That was like a difficult time, like the time, not like difficult in the way that it was difficult for me, but like, you know, like just like trying to maintain this hobby, you know. And when I first time, I think that's when I got serious, that I went to US for the first time in 2017. Like I said, like before that I was just doing it as a hobby, like one cosplay a year. But in 2017, when you go to the like the Western world, like Europe or US, like the amount of respect that they have for like cosplayers is like a lot. Like even though I could tell that my cosplay didn't like hold a candle compared to like all the other contestants from like the America and like Europe and whatnot that had come in the competition, like people were so nice to me, and everyone was like showing so much respect, and like they were really interested in like how I did, like the kind of stuff I did. So that really pushed me a lot, like, you know, to try and like get better at this, because I absolutely love like how the community treats cosplayers outside of just conventions also. So yeah, I mean that was great.
When I first started making costumes, people were like, obviously not looking down. They're like, you just like dress up, pretty much. But even now, people try and give me crap about it. But my comeback is, one, cosplay has led me to the most awesome job in the world. You know,
Yeah,
and I get to travel the world doing what I do. So you can mock me as much as you want, but this hobby has given me so much that if I was to work in the bank, no, you know. So
no,
I say people can mock us as much as they want, man, but we can travel the world. meet most amazing people. You know,
Exactly.
I feel like this is like I said, go for it. You're not going to break me because like I'm happy doing what I'm doing right now.
Exactly. Like I like all my friends like so like it when it started changing was like when I started going outside. So like people were like, oh, this is serious stuff, you know. And like now that I'm going to getting to judge the cosplay competitions outside and meeting so many people. So like when they see my stories, they're like, what you? How do you know people from this country? How do you know people from that country? I'm like, cosplay, bro. I know people from every country in the world basically now, you know, because like it's like a I call it like the universal glue, you know. I don't think so there's any other hobby where you can like instantly find people from like halfway across the world. Like even if you're like an artist, like you can meet artists like in your community or nearby you, but like if you try to contact an artist like cosplayers, like every cosplayer loves every cosplayer everywhere, you know. So like I think it's the best hobby to have.
You like I said, like most of my friends that I met overseas, you know, some of them I never met yet. Like for example, you talk custom, Chris. He's such a cool dude.
Yeah,
We talk so much online, but we haven't yet met in person.
yeah.
You know, it just show you that this community is so good. I mean, like
Hmm.
people are super supportive, and we just want to see each other do well. At the
You're
end of the
right,
day,
right, exactly.
obviously, there always will be a few who do their own thing, but we just ignore the guy, have fun between us.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of people in every community, like cosplay or whatever. But like the majority of the people that I've met, like have shown me like so much love, and like this like especially this trip. Like before this trip, I used to like meet people in conventions and like then travel around a
Yeah,
lot. But like this was the time I was because during COVID, I met like a lot of people online. I became made like a lot of friends online. So like I was determined to meet like as many people as I can, and everyone was so nice. Like they gave me like brazen and bold, like they let me stay at their house, they fed me good food, and then they let me like I got to see them crafting. It was so fun. Like everywhere I went, it was like so crazy. And like I said, like meeting you guys, although like I've been following you for so long, but like finally seeing you, but I didn't feel like, you know, that I had to have this time of adjustment, you know, like that the first few days I wish I would know, but like the first moment I met you, I was like I was already like really excited to talk to you, and like we can talk like really normally. So that was really cool, and I absolutely adore that about like cosplay. So yeah,
yeah.
it was fun.
People ask me all the time, how do you get successful? How do you get do where you are now? Well, I just say, just be a nice person. Just don't be
Yeah,
a dick. You know, if you want to be, you want to be anywhere. You know, obviously, when I first started off, I used to have, you know, people that I Kamui cosplay, Bill and Britt for Punish Props and stuff like that. And I would message them. Look, I love your stuff. I love this, how you do it. And most of them
mm,
come back with an answer. So my advice to guys out there who want to do what we do, who are just starting off, is don't be scared of us. You know, just be genuine. You know, ask if you enjoy
yeah,
and ask, you know, what kind of stuff you want to know. Just don't be scared, man. We just normal guys. Like, you know, we you just lucky enough to be doing it longer than you have.
yeah. I mean, like yeah, exactly. Like all like you said, like I messaged like so many people that I've met during this trip. Like I just messaged them online that I love their work, and no one was like, you know, like why are you talking to us? You're from not here or whatever. Like people are always nice, you know. Like and people they are like I said, like there are some people who might be a bit arrogant about something, or but like most of the people that you like meet, like so many successful cosplayers also like Kamui and all, like, and I just messaged her and told her that I appreciate like I learned making cosplay from her stuff, and then she responded, and like she was really happy to know that. So yeah, I mean, if you're nice and you're genuine, you know, like uh you can do a lot of like really cool, you get to do a lot of cool shit in cosplay. Like I think like I don't have a following. I think the most I just basically get I just fell into this lucky trap. I don't know, where I got to meet so many cool people thanks to like competing in cosplays and whatnot. And yeah, that's what is basically getting me all these opportunities to travel, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I see people at the time say to me, look, I want to work at Visa. How do I get? All I say
Hmm.
is just enjoy what you do, because if your end goal is just to work at one company, right, and you
Right.
work your butt off, you missed out on everything else. You know,
Hmm.
obviously, like the film industry, when it works, is awesome. I love it, but there's also the gaming industry, TV, there's theater, there's other stuff you can look at as well. You know, all I say is
Hmm.
just just don't block yourself off to one thing. Just enjoy what you do, keep doing it, and you never know. Never like us. You know, I thought
Yeah.
when I first started making a costume for fun, I'm going to be working in a workshop. I'm going to be traveling around the world, meeting amazing people. Never, it was never,
Yeah.
just never a thing. But because I love it, and I'm doing it because I'm not doing it because I want to be famous. Oh hell no, stop being famous. That's good. I just want to do it.
I think like most of the people who like anyone who I've talked to, like who has gotten like big in cosplay, like most of them, they were like, I think most of the people just stumble into cosplay, you know, like nowadays it's like still like it could be a choice now because, you know, because of social media. So a lot of people now who are cosplaying have that aim that, okay, like if we like do our thing, like we can become famous. But like when we started cosplaying, there was no such thing, right? Like we just started it out as a hobby, and then just stumbled into things. Like I was doing photography before I was a cosplayer. I was doing photography and graphic designing, and I was just doing cosplay for a hobby. And then like the company started approaching me, hey, can you make this for us, can you make that for us? And I was like, oh, I enjoy crafting, and if I can get paid for making things, why not? So, you know, that's how basically I got started. And yeah, it has led me here, which is like something that I had never expected. And it's just, you know, like if you, like you said, like if you're passionate about something and you keep working at it, things automatically come your way.
Yeah. But the hardest part is when you want to be famous, you start doing stuff for your audience, not for yourself.
Mm,
I,
right.
other than that too, when I first started, I was making stuff that I think people will like and people will like my page. But after a while,
Mm,
you get really, because you're constantly trying to do stuff what you're trying to think of people will like. Where these days now, I just make stuff for me that
yeah.
I want to do. I'm happy with. If people like it, also if they don't, we've got something cool. Anyway, that's really better, you know. But I'm not saying I don't care. I do care. I'm making stuff. I do it for myself first. And then if people do it as well, then that's awesome.
Yeah. I think like I have to like find like a balance sometimes, you know, like most of the time that the things that I'm making is basically that I like. But like when I'm like if I'm taking part in a cosplay competition, or I would look for things. But the thing is like what I like is basically crafting.
Yeah,
So, like I said, like for me, the fun part is basically crafting. If I'm being honest, it doesn't really matter what character I'm crafting. If I think like the character poses enough challenge to me, you know, if the techniques that I'm gonna use to make a costume, if those are interesting to me, I'm happy to make anything. You know, so like that's how my cosplay journey has evolved. Like every time I would like pick up a costume, it would not be because like I'm in love with that character. Most of the characters that I've done are villains because I like making masks. And sadly, there are not a lot of brown characters in like video games or movies which are like cool, you know. So like when I tried doing some cosplays where I would show my face, but to me initially, like now I've become much more comfortable with it. Like, but you know, like in the initial years, I was of this like this mind that, you know, like it doesn't fit me, it doesn't look good on me, or like I look weird or whatever. So that was like a huge hindrance for me. So I like tended more towards like the masked characters. So yeah, I would look for characters which have like really cool masks and armors and whatnot. So if I find that design interesting, I will just make that. So, but now I think like over time, like my thinking is evolving. I think like it has really helped me. Like going to conventions outside, like I said, has really helped me be more comfortable with myself, because I see that like people appreciate you not just for your art, but also you, like what kind of person you are, and that's really cool. So yeah, so I'm more comfortable doing cosplays which show my face now compared to like 5 years back, I guess. So yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Same with me. I mean, like, it took me at least 3 years before I started showing my face.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
because I'm not a model, for one.
Yeah,
Even
we don't fit the mold,
yeah, even to this day, when I take photos at conventions and I know people are watching me, I get super nervous.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know how to pose my body half the time. I have maybe 3 looks, that's what I have to go for, and that's my every you know, and I'm still super self-conscious. I went to a convention up in Auckland 2 weekends ago, and there's a photo booth there, and also it's like free photo booth. I'll go there, take a picture, and there was the audience, and I was like, "Hey guys, can you please stop looking? Can you just turn around for a second, please?" Before I do my picture, you know. And I feel like I'm really still quite a shy person, really. Obviously, like I mentioned, you have to be a bit more outgoing, which I
Mm.
don't mind doing, but really, I'm still quite a shy person, especially in costume, especially like trying to pop, try and look cool and being super conscious that I might look like a dork. All right.
I would, I would, I would never guess that though, like because like you're really funny and you're always like cracking jokes. So like even when we were in Switzerland, so so I would never guess that like you're a shy person, because like you seem like you're perfectly comfortable around people,
Oh,
or how are you really good at hiding it?
around my friends, around like a group that I feel comfortable with, I'll joke around, I'll be me. But when I go to like, especially like when you go to a convention, right, and you come and talk to you, and they get super nervous, and then they start, fanboying over me. I get, you know, I get really nervous. Or a couple of times when you're in the public space, and someone recognizes you. Like I went shopping one time, and someone recognized
Yeah.
me, and
Uh,
so I feel like I was so rude to him. I was like, "Hi," because you don't expect to meet someone outside convention. So I guess what I don't be famous. I just want I just want to people like what I do, and that's cool. But don't make a big fuss over me. I get super shy, super nervous. Just talk to me normally. Will be cool. Pretty much.
yeah. I mean, I do feel I generally don't think that I'm shy, but I do feel like intimidated sometimes. Like when I meet people who are uh, like really great cosplayers, like I feel like intimidated, because a lot of people that I was meeting at the convention, like you, like Mo, like all of you guys are like the ones who I have uh, been following and like learned a lot of things from.
Yeah.
So I do get intimidated a lot initially, but like I said, like all, like you, even Mall and Kamui, like all of you guys have been like so humble and like genuine with me, that then it goes away in really quickly. It goes away really quickly. If like the person is like really responding well to you, then you don't feel that kind of nervousness.
Yeah. As,
Yeah.
as I say, like as I go there, we all have a different skills or different expertise area that we can do. So as I said, like before, we're like, I see someone's costume who might be new, but they work. I'm like, yeah, work. That's how it should be. We all should push encourage to do what we do, and
Yeah.
and being nervous, it's just part of us. I'm too, especially performing for the first time. Oh my god! So I got
Oh,
I got to perform. I was like, "Oh, so you want to perform?" I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll do it." And I got there, over to watching me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the audience was, it was much more than I expected. I didn't know like there were going to be so many people over there, and like, but you did amazing. Like your performance was super awesome,
Oh,
and like
there's one. Honestly, when I rehearsed it, I could hear a cue where my sword's going to come. Then I realized when I performed for real, I couldn't hear a thing.
hmm.
So my timing was totally off. I couldn't hear the cue of the sword coming out. I said, "Hey, not practicing."
But we didn't notice. Like we were watching and we didn't notice. Like I mean, maybe these are the things that you thought, but like
Yeah.
to me, it was like absolutely flawless. I was watching it from the front,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. And I'm really sad that I'm really sad that I chickened out because they asked me also to perform, and I was like,
No, next time.
yeah, I was like, but the thing is, like, I was crunching so much on Inarius, I didn't get time to like prepare anything. I was because like I was literally working till my flight time. Like 2 hours before my flight time, I was still painting my cosplay. So I was like, I don't know if I'll have time to make anything, and I didn't. But I think like if I had, this was like I think one of the bigger conventions where I've seen performance. I saw performance at MCM also, but MCM performance is not a huge part of the cosplay competition. The year I was like maybe it's like a big part of the other years, but like the year I went, it was like C2E2, so they gave more points to the crafting. So I think this was like the and also in Anime Fest, like I saw basically two events. Like in Anime Fest, like performance was a huge part, and I absolutely loved it. And then I saw it in Fantasy Basel, and I absolutely loved that. So if I had like been to more conventions, like where like there were more performances, I would have been more prepared, like mentally more prepared for it. But now I think I'm mentally prepared now. So next time if I get an opportunity to go to any convention with performance, I would love to do that. I'd love to do that for sure.
I feel like I kind of prepared a week before I went, but I didn't actually move to the night before. I was going to do like real hard like Chinese martial like routine. Then I was thinking to the character. So the character is by Jaro, right? When he fought the forger in the book of book, he could. So I'm like, so why am I perfect performance with the sword when really he can't use it? So for me, it's just easy. Go like,
yeah,
that'd be sweet.
No, but like I said, like it was amazing. I had so much fun like watching your performance, and also Mr. Wayne, like he's like so good with his performances, and also Majid, like so. I was really jealous. I was like, I'm so sad that I didn't do it, but it's okay. Next time, I'm definitely gonna do it.
Yeah, that's why I kept mine super short, like 45 seconds. Well, that's all you.
That's long enough for me. I don't think so. I'm gonna do longer than that. Like 45 seconds for the first skit is good enough.
Yeah, I feel like apart having a real sword, next time I'm wearing knee pads. But it was awesome, man. It was a lot of fun to see how much you enjoy that performance side of it. This performance actually on and the rest of the contestants, and they did an amazing job. Like some stuff, the props they put out, and the way they interact with the music, with the audio. It's a lot of work, a lot of practice, that kind of stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's cosplay to the next level. No longer you're just going to come out and stand there and pose for a picture. You have to like pretend like you're fighting a monster, pretend like you're becoming a character. So it's almost the evolution of the cosplay contest is now not just the crafting, not just looking cool anymore. You have to actually pull off.
Oh yeah, like the guy who won the cosplay competition over there, like the one we judged, Dragoon cosplay.
Yeah.
He had like so many props on stage, and all of them looked like they might have taken exact the same amount of time as the cosplay. So it was like basically like 5 cosplay worth of time that was on the stage, and like all the props were like so beautiful, and then they were so well thought out also. Like they had like some mechanism. It was not like just pillars who were standing there. Like there was some mechanism involved with all the props. So yeah, it was. I really respect like when people can pull out like such cool performances with such cool props. It's mind blowing to me. Like everything is mind blowing. Like honestly, like every time I go to a convention, I judge a cosplay competition. Like I said, like I see them and I'm like, I don't know if I want to compete anymore. You know, it's too much work at this point.
If you ask me, can you judge the contest? I'm like, why? I mean, like, I don't compete, so I don't understand the mindset of the contestant.
Yeah.
Right? And two,
Yeah.
who am I to judge someone else's work who's better than me? That's my second one. And the third one is like, I just want to talk to people. Don't lock me in the room. Just let me talk to you.
Yeah, I'm more like a fake it till you make it in kind of position. Yeah, but I do love.
Honest.
I do. Sorry.
I'm too honest, but I can't fake it. I was like, sorry.
I do enjoy judging cosplay competitions a lot, though, to be honest, because I think I'm a fair judge
Yeah.
in first of all, but not just that, like because I have actually competed a lot, like I've lost a lot of competitions, I've taken part in a lot of competitions. So, like I said, like I'm really well versed with like the psychology like of a person who's competing. So I think like that is what I think my strength is. I think I'm able to make like the contestant, whoever is in the prejudging, like make them really comfortable, you know. And I really like that, because I think like I have gone through that, like when I have taken part in competitions, like if all the judges are like extremely critical, or like, you know, like very analytical, you know, what happens is like basically a lot of the times you get so nervous that you're not able to talk about like all the amazing things in your costume. You become really nervous. So that's something that I like doing a lot. Like when I'm prejudging, like I'd like to make the contestant comfortable, and like because like I have been crafting for so long, I would like notice things in the costume which I know might be like good features for them. So like I try to highlight them if they've forgotten about it. So like, and it's always nice, like when when you see like how it's really a good cool experience for me to see someone talking really passionately about their creations, you know. Like if I meet someone as a friend outside convention and they tell me about their costumes, maybe they will not tell me like or everything in depth. But like when I'm judging the cosplay competitions, like the people, they come and they talk so passionately about their like builds and whatnot. It makes me really happy to hear that. So I enjoy judging, although it can be a bit harsh sometimes, you know, because you don't, when you have especially like really close competition where you see like two people have like really good costumes, like it really hurts a lot to make one win over the other. But it's a necessary evil.
Yeah, like when I went to Emerald City, I was the cosplay contest there with Beverly and with Philip, and we were lucky that we kind of with the winner, so it's really good that it was kind of cool. We have with it, cool. We just stuck with it, and as I said, like for you, it's really good because you know the mindset, the distance, where I have no idea. You know, I never competed really. So if you have someone like you who know what they have to go through to be there and able to make them feel comfortable, really important, because I'm sure it's super nerve-wracking again, walking in and
it is.
You're like, okay, am I supposed to talk about my costume now? I'm sure it's super intimidating, especially like if you have someone you looked up to for such a long time, and here they are.
Oh yeah, it can be really intimidating, and I think every panel has their own kind of challenges. You know, like there was a long time like I have been to competitions where like the panel has no idea about cosplay also, and like so there's like different way to tackle them. So like it's always if you're like someone who's competing because most of the people, I think either they're like really seasoned competitors or like they're really new competitors. The seasoned competitors would know how to handle all kinds of different panels, like the different combinations of judges.
Yeah.
But like someone who's new, if like maybe if they have competed like 1 or 2 times, if they go to a new convention and see like a new batch of people who are like from different, completely different kind of expertise, yeah, it can get really disorienting and like intimidating. Yeah. So
It's like,
that's why.
for me, it's like people who they are also breed of people, because like it's so much work, especially when you have to find
Yeah.
you have to like make it perfect. Almost like you can't be judged on the stuff you done right, but when you come to the final 2 or 3, you kind of pick the stuff that kind of done wrong, because like that's
Yeah.
the only way you choose to win. Like you might have
Yeah.
a beautiful costume, but who's going to win? So you start going through. Okay, that was not quite correct. That was not quite
Yeah.
correct. That's what I want others to do. I'm like, I can't do this. Let them
Yeah.
all win.
That is definitely like a really difficult part. And then like we were joking about it, like nowadays when we see the competition, especially in US, like I mean, I think like because in Europe competitions are more inclined towards performances, so they always make costumes, even though like they're really elaborate, but they're like very posable, movable, like the costumes have like a lot of things going on, but they're still like really practical kind of costumes. In United States, like the competitions are more craft focused. So over there, people just go bonkers. Like there's so many things going on in the costume which doesn't make sense to be in the costume, but they are there. Because everything matters. Like in a big competition, like especially like competition like C2E2 or like BlizzCon, so many like you put so many things in the costume. It's just baffling. Like like the amount of time and money that people put in their costume, it's crazy. I mean, and like the person who won this year, like Nerds Gone Wild, I absolutely love her costume, but like she dried leaves for her costume, she like dried fruits, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like I was thinking like maybe after a few years there would be a time when people would like make their own, like plant their own seed, and then make their own cotton and then make their own threads, and that's where they will start like making their costume. Yeah.
A little soap worm, make on
Yeah,
little soap. Yeah, it's
exactly.
like
Work in the farm for a year to learn how to do that. It's crazy.
I remember when the first costume have lights. Once you have lights, you win, and then they'll be like, if you're a big costume, you win.
Yeah.
And then now, kind of like how much different product you can use in a costume. It's almost like fashion.
Yeah.
The contest is like, okay, this is the favorite of this 1 or 2 years, which is pretty crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll go back to old school handcrafting. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think like initially it became like how more and more technologically advanced things you can use, and now it's more like like how you can use like the basic material to the maximum,
Yeah.
and also animatronics and all. I mean, it's getting crazier and crazier. But I do like if I don't have to compete, I appreciate it. Like if I'm judging, I would love to go crazy. I'm having a time of my life looking at all this like crazy stuff.
Well,
So
I want to do like a basic contest. Just use cardboard box and masking tape. Nothing else. Just what you can use.
that would be good. I think BlizzCon did that last year. I think like they did like an online cosplay competition, and like not BlizzCon, I think the Hearthstone competition that Ultimate Cosplay did.
Yeah.
They had like a category where you had to make things from like really cheap stuff.
Yeah.
So like yeah, they should maybe like do things like that, which would be more fun for the people.
Yeah.
By the way, I wanted to ask this, like, so I know that you are really interested in cosplay, but like, do the other people in Vita, like, who are working in costume departments or all, do they like look at cosplays, or do they like ever check what other people are doing and like take inspiration from that sometimes?
I mean, like yes and no. There's a few of us who are around who make costume or props in the past cosplay world. I mean, not a lot. Obviously, the more older guys who's doing this as Lord of the Rings, they're not cosplayers, obviously. But like when we make costume for a movie and such, we do look at example like a mood board or something that's been done before, and most of the time you find the big costume made by cosplayers will come up, because
Okay.
cosplayers pretty much they already solved the problem for us already. We just
Yeah.
we will have to use that armor or that piece of costume. We look, okay, they use this material and use this technique. It looked pretty good, but won't work for us. So all R&D is been done by the cosplay world already. We just had to pick and choose what we want to use for our own costume. So it does influence what happened in the movies quite a lot.
That's really interesting, because I always thought that, like, even when I am researching like a cosplay, if I want to make, like, you know, like a lot of the designs, they look really cool in design form, of course, but like when you see, like, if someone has made it, you get a better idea like of how it looks in real world, because it's not always the same. Like sometimes like something looks really good on paper, but in real world it doesn't translate as well. So I think like looking at references from different cosplayers helps me a lot with that. So I always used to think that, like, does the movie industry also does this?
I mean, like,
You know, so
that's why stuff that we used to click all the concept books. I love I got a whole wardrobe there of just concept books right there, and sometimes why did you choose this design? It's so much cooler than what's out in the movie. But after looking there, I realized that it might look cool in the illustration, but there is no way you can make that real. You know?
Yeah.
There's no way that the person wear their costume and fight. They can't go to the bathroom, they can't sit down. So what's the point of making a costume look cool, but it's just not practical. So since I've been in winter now, I do appreciate a lot more that sometimes the concept art can look super, super cool, but it's just not cool to make for real.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's amazing. Like, what's been the your most like your favorite project that you have worked on?
I mean, obviously, Power Rangers is definitely up there. You know, the bigger, see, I got 2 Power Ranger helmet right there. The Red Ranger is my working on Mulan. So Mulan was pretty cool. Obviously, like work on a Disney movie, and obviously being part Chinese myself as well to make that. And I was lucky enough to the movie. So like it was such a cool project, but also a cool experience as well, which is for me really makes that whole movie experience so cool. Obviously, I've done a lot more. And this stuff that I'm doing now that is really I talk about yet, which is super cool as well. So there's the question. All right. Talk with you guys. There was something about go back to the drawing board with the cosplay. I said something did work. So I mean, like,
sorry,
was that question she asked there? Something about go back to the drawing board. I thought you mean obviously like every time I make a costume, I do try to wear it a week before I leave to make sure it works. That not going to come falling off. A little funny story about this guy here is that when I made this 2 weeks before I left, I got really sick. I got a chest infection. Then the day before, I was taking work with it, and then like it was falling off me. The shoulder piece just falling off. I don't know what's going on. What's to Switzerland? I realized I lost 5 kg.
Oh my god!
It was falling off. The night before I wore it, I actually stitched the shoulders so it stayed 1 week. Possibly falling off. But back to a drawing board, not really, because like when I make something before I reach it, if it doesn't go, I'll have time to fix or wear it on the commission floor.
I think like all my cosplays are basically like a work in progress.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I've ever like finished a cosplay to the extreme completion that I've wanted. because it's always done on the very, very last moments, like I'm always like making something just before the convention, crunching it constantly, and then just hoping. Like I have never, like maybe once in my life I have worn a costume before the convention. Otherwise, like I have my first my first trial has always been at the convention. So like this with Inarius also, I was planning to actually wear it first in Anime Fest, the first convention that I went to in Czech Republic. But when I wore over there, it honestly looked like shit. I was like, what is going on here? Because I didn't. The proportions were like a bit, I don't know, like if my harness was good or not. Like, so like the chest part and everything, it looked really nice, but my legs, like they looked really bad. So I was not able to understand what was happening. So that's why I don't know if you saw, but like I wore like a half costume at Anime Fest. Yeah, I just wore the like armor on like chest armor, my side pieces, shoulders, and I did like a Met Gala version of Inarius, and then when then I had some time in between when I was in Austria, so I like tried to figure out like how to I don't like to figure out what was not working. So I managed to figure that out, like make my harness a bit better so that like the proportions look nicer on me. So I think like I am always going back to the drawing board again and again and again. So because I'm always like, even now, like this because after I've worn this costume for quite a while, and I know like what are the kind of problems that I faced when I was wearing it. Like my hood had like some problems, and so now I'm already thinking about how I want to change that and make it more comfortable. Because like I said, like before I would just make one thing and be done with it, and like then work on the next thing. But like now, because I go to more conventions, I don't get as much time to make something again and again. So maybe like every time I'm taking a cosplay to a convention, I would like do some changes or like make some updates and things like that.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm going back to the board about it.
I'll show this as well. Obviously, like this one here, reason why it works well, because I made it out of cardboard first. I'm going to show on my iPad. So it's all done out of cardboard first. So
that's awesome.
The weapon is like, when I made that, I was able to wear it. So,
that's really cool.
So when I saw that, I understand that everything works in my because I made a costume once already, and like the whole cardboard thing took me hours to do. Pretty together, and so good to go. That's why I promote the whole thing so hard now, because it will save you so much time in the long run.
Right.
Like,
of course.
Like that idea, but that was done in like regular time at all. But I can use that now as a method for my phone, and I know pretty much 90% of me as it should. Where if I were to make other foam strip, where if I download the patterns from somewhere, then you kind of I get that again.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think the problem that I face, like I said, is basically that because I'm always making something like really last minute, and I'm always picking something which is like new to me. So what happens is like if I was to make something which like something similar to what I have done before, I would be able to like go through it with like really quickly. But like for me, for this one, like the shoulders and all were like and the hood were like my biggest problems. Like the rest of the costume was easy, but the hood and shoulder, like I in my and because I also plan everything on computer, so it all should have fit, but like when I wore it, it looked like so bad, it looked like so funny, so I was like, okay, this is not good. So yeah, I mean, I do need to get better at like doing more planning, but like for that I think I need to give it more time, like plan a bit. I start making the costume a bit before then, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the convention.
What do I do before I leave? I take a picture of that. So they give you a deal, they give you a time to wear it before you leave. So I had that plan, I think 4 days before I leave, before I was fixed. But if you plan it like 3-4 before you leave, for the shoot, wear it, and the 2 before you can change it. But if you say it sounds good, but sometimes it's always hard with it.
No, I definitely need to get better. Like procrastination is one of my biggest problems, and I definitely need to get better at it. Because what happens is like if I actually get like really good progress on my costume for the first few days, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna able to do this before time, and then I'll relax, and then I'll be like, okay,
Yep.
I have some time. Maybe play some Diablo, watch some movies or whatever. So yeah, it happens. Like my work starts like this, and then it goes a bit bottom, and then it again goes up like this. So
Yeah.
if I work on this pace, I can like work in a consistent pace. I need to work on that
Yeah,
for sure.
for me now, like
Uh,
my time is now we have rows. That if I have time
mm,
up, I'll make them. I'll get as much done as I can because I know maybe tomorrow or the day after I might have time to craft.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
really comfortable.
Your time is
Yeah,
more. Yeah, your time is more unpredictable because you don't know like what's the next thing that might come up, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, but,
Is there something? Sorry.
yeah,
No, I'm saying, is there something that you're planning to make next? Like, what's your next project after this?
I'll do that right now.
Uh,
So
what character is this?
this is when Monster Hunter. So I'll show you. So when you play the game, it's the first set of armor you get. So it's the basic chainmail armor. So
Oh yeah, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah, you showed me. I mean, that's gonna be awesome.
yeah, so that guy. Yeah.
That looks amazing.
So basically, the reason why I
So,
choose because it will fit my suitcase because it doesn't load well. Um, my only problem now is what weapon to make with it. If
mm,
we all know Monster Hunter and the weapons,
mm. Yeah, it's like humongous.
that's so.
7 feet, 10 feet of a weapon.
This one is planned for overseas next year, so I have to
Mm.
one I can make it and make it collapsible so it fits into my suitcase, or two I can just ask someone over there, hey, you Monster Hunter cosplayer, what weapons do you have? Borrow it for the footage.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of doing this like on this trip because like I was not sure like the last few days I was not sure if I'll be able to finish in RES at all. So like I was already talking to people, hey, do you have like a Witcher costume that I can borrow? you know? Because like I thought like okay, what can be the cosplays that would fit anyone, Like I was like, oh, Witcher can fit anyone. Or like I was looking at all these like characters and I was like, hey, do you have this cosplay? Can I borrow it from you? I was already planning it beforehand. So I wanted to do like a cosplay of like it's one of the cosplay that I always wanted to do, but like I said, like I don't find myself fitting the character really well, but I still want to do it now, like Cloud from Final Fantasy, So I really wanted to bring that to there, but then I was like, maybe I can ask one of the cosplayer over there who already has like a Buster Sword because I'm no way gonna take like Buster Sword all the way from India to there. So I was like, hey, do you have like Buster Sword that I can borrow? And like some people were like, yeah, sure, you can take like if you bring your cosplay, you can take it from me. But thankfully, I was able to finish this costume.
Lucky. Yeah, I said, man,
How?
that's what cool about the whole being a maker. You have to think on your feet and you have plan A, plan B, and C.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
just in case.
I definitely had like 4 plans, and I had bought like 5 costumes with me. I only wore 2. I bought like 3 more costumes that I didn't even wear.
Oh,
Like I basically bought I bought Chainsaw Man, like the
yeah.
costume, like both with the wig and with the helmet. I wore it for one day, but I was planning to wear it like at multiple conventions, but I only wore it for one day. I got Aladdin. By the way, like the Prince version,
Yeah.
like the one with the white suit and everything.
Yeah.
So I brought that, but I decided against wearing it because like RES was getting a lot of good response. I was like, I'm a crafter, so I should like focus more on like showing my foam crafting. And I also bought like Gendo Ikari from Evangelion, which I wore at Anime Fest, but I didn't wear it at Anime Fest. Sorry, at Fantasy Basel. So like I had like multiple layers of like backup plans, if this fails that, if this fails that, So that was cool. How are you planning to do the chainmail, by the way?
It's going to be like the Lord of the Rings days where they bought the plumbing pipes and just cut it. So that's how I'm going to do it.
So are you going to do like the metal one, or are you going to do like the new way of doing it with 3D filament?
So it's going to be like plastic. So plastic piping that you use for so
Okay.
but I'm gonna show you some. Wait there.
Mm-hmm.
So I have made this
Oh, that's cool.
real metal chainmail. So
So,
I made this about 10 years ago when I first went to World Workshop tour, and I went
hmm.
home that day and I bought myself some real metal wires and made the paint. That's the last time I did that. So heavy, but so much fun.
So is that made out of aluminum? Aluminum wire?
No, this is like a fencing wire.
Ah, okay. Oh my God. So that must be really heavy then.
It's pretty heavy. Yeah, it's a fencing wire, which I got a piece of metal pipe and a bent around the pipe
Mm-hmm.
by hand as well. So if I were to do this again, use a drill next time to bend around the pipe. But
I would because I saw someone in Fantasy Basel. They bought like a chainmail which was made out of 3D filament. I've seen that before online, but I like held it for the first time at in Switzerland, and it was really cool. So I wanna try doing that once because although it doesn't have the same heft. I would say like this thing, it moves different. You know, like the chainmail moves different because it's made out of metal. But like if you only need like small parts for your costume, I think I'm gonna try making it with the 3D filament because it looks really cool, like really nice, and it's like super light. So yeah. So,
I'll try. I mean, like for me, I've got a lot to do. It's pretty much the whole costume is chainmail, so I have to work out a way to reasonably be strong as well because I want to be great. I mean, like, but I know people do the laser cut EVA file, but
yeah.
the reason I'm not doing that is I think it's super wasteful because like it look cool, but so much foam just get thrown away. You know, for me, it's too wasteful. I did think it could be used Warbler as EVA as my links, but I'll see how we go. I think right now I'll follow the line of Lord of the Rings how they did the first do the chainmail with the plumbing pipes. I think they'll work pretty well. I think we'll see.
Yeah, I'm always looking at like how different people are making something, and you get to like see so many, like learn so many different techniques, right, online. So yeah, I'm gonna try. Although I've tried the EVA foam one, I like it. Like I like how it looks, and it's good for some applications, I think. But like I said, it really matters to me a lot, like how the thing moves, because like when you're moving in the costume, I think like the EVA foam chainmail doesn't move as like flowy because of course it's like rigid. So that's what I don't like. Like even when I'm making costumes, I try to use like heavy clothing. Like most of the time I'm actually using curtain material because like curtains are really heavy. So like when you wear costumes like that, like it moves really slow and like in a flowy way. I really like that. So that's why like I like my costume has chainmail actually. So I'm gonna make that too. Like in Arias wears like a chainmail inside completely. I didn't make it this time because I didn't have time, but I'm gonna like try and make some chainmail things for some parts, like only like small, like the below the armpit and like in the elbows and the knees, like those are the only parts which are visible, but I'm gonna do something about that.
Yeah, but it only part with me was like it was weight. I have one case and I can't go over, it's 3 kg. So for me, it's like that's why he was mostly just EVA foam. Also, like this the part I didn't like because the once foam bent, it kind of buckle and looked kind of terrible. But I said, for photos, it was fine. It's all good.
Oh no, I always like wherever I can use EVA foam, I use EVA foam because honestly, like it's again like it's the cheapest thing to use, and it's like it doesn't break. Like even if your costumes, like your luggage gets squished or whatever, if the airport throws it around, then nothing's gonna break. It's gonna get like bend a bit, maybe like the paint might crack at some places, but that's it. And you can always fix that even like the night before the convention. So I always prefer EVA foam if I'm traveling. But I do want to like do more of like Woebla and 3D printing. Like I have not tried a lot of Woebla, but like I got some from cosplay shop B gave me like a huge bunch of all free materials
Nice.
because I was, yeah, they were like, take whatever you want. So I just ran around the room. I bought like a, I literally, I didn't have space in my luggage. I wrapped my box, like I had a box in which I brought my costume. I wrapped my box with EVA foam sheets. You know, I got high definition foam, like LED foam and all those, and I wrapped it on top of my box.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's been 2 hours. Holy crap.
Oh my God, like we've been talking a lot.
It was
But
nice to have this catch up anyway. Has such awesome time with you in Switzerland. Hopefully we get to catch
oh,
up
yeah.
sometime soon.
Yeah, exactly. And we had been talking about like doing this for quite a while, you know. So I'm really happy that we finally got to it.
Oh,
And
the home, one piece was really good. I was like, well,
yeah,
I'm not going to make it. Ever.
yeah. I mean, it made for good content, so it's okay.
Oh, so you got stuck on purpose. Now the truth.
Yeah. Now the truth comes out when we are ending the stream, you know. That was the big reveal.
Those find the word real backdrop. That's severe. Just
I mean, the stress was real, I would say, but the what was not real maybe was like how stressed I was getting out of it because like I'm used to getting like late trains or whatnot in India. Like getting late in India is not a big deal. It was a bit. I was worried about the only thing I was worried about was because like I had a flight the next day and I would have missed that, and that was the only thing which I was kind of worried about. But it worked out, so no harm done.
well, I hope you make it to Dragon Con and for yourself.
Yes.
And sure, I can't wait to see the photo. You're super jealous to see you having fun. You just have to.
Hopefully,
Well,
hopefully we can go to another convention really soon. I mean, like if I have fingers crossed, like Fantasy Basel happens again. But if not, I mean, I'm sure you're gonna be there. I hope like I also get invited again. But if not, I hope like we get to go to some convention in US sometime. That would be really awesome.
there's plenty around, and our path will cross again. And maybe India, or you come here, we'll have a catch up. It'll be quite cool.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely like New Zealand is like really high on my list of places I want to go because again I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings and also Vita. So I'm counting on you to show me around when I'm there.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Right, I'm gonna go. Give it late, and it's good catching up, and catch you soon.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and it was really nice talking to you again.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Right. And...
How do I end this?
I just push the little cross button.
I think I can just go back and it will be done.
Yeah. Sweet. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching that. Man, that was almost 2 hours. As I said, it was so nice to catch up with Samir again, and I hope that we'll get to catch up in person again soon. And thank you for everyone who joined us today. Hope you guys had fun. All right, it's bedtime for me. Or not quite bedtime, but I'm going to go and chill out at home. All right, see ya. Bye.